What's up, guys? M.V.K here, back again. So, remember when, guys, we were seeing when they were showing the DC Rebirth lineup and what's coming and things like that. Um, we saw that there was going to be another Justice League book called Justice League of America. We didn't know who was going to be writing it. Um, but now we've got word, and you probably heard this already, but I just forgot to get it out there. But now we've heard that there is going to be another Justice League of America. Now, prior to the New 52, they did do another one. Now, the last time it was sanctioned by the government, and you had Martian Manhunter, Steve Trevor, Hawkman, Green Arrow, Kitana, Catwoman. I don't understand why she was there. Hawkman, Simon Boz, I think Stargirl was on the team. I can't remember. Things like that. And Vibe was on the team, things like that. But that team pretty much, that lineup pretty much ended, and then they went Justice League kind of Canada or so, Justice League United, which was pretty good. And now with Rebirth coming back, they're gonna do it again. Now they've only announced 4 members so far, and a lot of the members I'm like, okay, not bad at all. And I'm just here to talk about them, talk about the 4 members so far. Now, when I was at New York Comic Con, I spoke to Steve Orlando. That's who's going to be writing this, and it was great to talk to Mr. Orlando about this project. And the fact is that before this main series, they're going to have each character is going to get like a one-shot standalone issue. So that's pretty interesting to kind of get a feel for who these, well, not really, some of them you should already know, but just get a feel for what's been going on with them. And I was talking to Steve Orlando about this. So let's start off with probably one of the most familiar ones, and that's M.V.K, aka Vixen. Yeah, Vixen is back on the Justice League team. Last time we saw Vixen on a Justice League team was back in Justice League International, when that was probably one of my favorite Justice League books during the New 52, and then DC just fucking canceled that shit, and Maury was pretty much nearly disabled, nearly crippled, and all of a sudden she comes back and she's fully healed, no explanation of why, and yeah, whatever. But seeing her back, is good to see more. I'm a big Vixen fan. I'm a big fan of characters who tap into the powers of the animal kingdom. I love that. It's like, yeah, you get the strength of a bear, or you get the speed of a cheetah, or you have the elusiveness, or the the swiftness of like a snake or something. Like, you can really move really quick, and Maury can tap into that thanks to the Phantom Totem that she carries. So it's cool to see Maury back, and it's good to see what has she been up to lately. So that's gonna be good too. So yeah, Maury McCabe's great. Vixen, no doubt. And of course, the next character on the team is none other than the Atom. And for all you guys that don't know or should know, yeah, it's not gonna be Ray Palmer. It's actually his predecessor, Ryan Cho. And I told Mr. Orlando this before. I was like, I was glad that y'all picked Ryan, because let's face it, Ryan has gotten a short stick in terms of being the next in the legacy of the Atom character title. We saw Ryan in the DC Rebirth one shot, and it's really good to see him. Don't get me wrong, I love Ray Palmer, but I think Ryan deserves this more because, like I said, he hasn't really gotten enough shine or spotlight on him. I mean, I know Auntie Gail, she did her best with the all new Adams run she did. Was it good? I thought it was good. It could have went longer. I thought it was. But then he got supposedly killed by Deathstroke before Hold, and So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with Ryan in this. I'm glad they went this. So already you got you got an Asian character and a black character. And that's kind of what Mr. Orlando tried to. He told me is like this will be the most diverse lineup of Justice League lineup ever, and I was like, so far so good. The next member, I couldn't believe that they went with this character because I haven't seen this character in years. DC did a all new version of this character, and that was called the Ray. And I thought the newer character they did in New 52 was pretty cool. His powers were a lot different, but still kind of base light powers. I think his name was Lucien, but he was Korean, and they did a mini series on it, which was really good. But in this one, they're going back to the original Ray, the son of the original Terrell, Ray Terrell. Yeah, that's correct me on his name. I'm trying to remember his name. But I told Mr. Lynn, I was like, this is crazy. Like, you went that. And recently we heard the Ray is getting his own animated series on CW Seed, and he's going to be gay. So it makes you wonder, will that transition over in this comic? And if so, more kind of like differences on this team than ever. I haven't been the biggest reader of the Ray, but I've always had a lot of respect for that character. And this is a character that was created by Fat Quesada and co-created. Yeah, Joe Quesada created the Ray, guys. This Ray. And the last character really kind of, like, what? Like, kind of really twisted me because if guys, you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of villains turning hero out of the blue with no real explanation, no build of reasons why. And I asked Mr. Orlando, I was like, why Killer Frost? Because she's one of my favorite DC villainous. I love her, and I was like, why is she on this team? And he said, all will be explained. So he didn't give me any details, but yeah, Killer Frost, Caitlin Snow. We've seen her. Of course, you know she's on Arrow. She's on Flash, and she's good on there. We saw what her Earth 2 counterpart was and things like that, and we're starting to see something going on now with her on the show now. But in terms of what's going to happen with Killer Frost here, I think what I've read is that she's up for parole in Belle Reve, and Amanda Waller. She's a part of the Suicide Squad, and the bitch Amanda Waller ain't gonna allow that really to happen. So we're gonna have to see what goes on. But Killer Frost being a part of the team is very interesting indeed. Because she's a villain. It's like, wait, whoa. Almost like it makes you wonder, like, are people gonna tiptoe around her because you may set her off real quick and she may cause the next ice age or some shit like that. But other than that, yeah, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I'll give it a whirl. I'll see where this goes. But each character so far is going to have a one shot. They said they're going to announce the other members. I'm hoping it's not a big team, like maybe 8 members. 6 to 8 members is good enough for me. But Mr. Orlando did say, expect a very diverse team. That's great. I have nothing against that. But yeah, Justice League of America. This looks good. This looks interesting. I'm really interested in reading this. And other than that, guys, you guys tell me so far, what do you think of the lineup of the new version of the JLA? And what will the Justice League think of this when they see him? Will they be government sponsored? I don't know. All these questions should be answered soon. But other than that, guys, this is Mom Rhythm Kid. Peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. I'm out.